Intia asamno na me bese bebe ma ni say Saturday ena okoshe bo na o shebo no meti na me yem hyehyeme ena me sorry bye ena me fa kwa bi so ebie windows ma me pa cha okra
yeah
enti me de me ye ma fa mu de na minim se asem no etu atwa na wona no so atamfu sumu fidi a Manchester
Brenti pia so machine Jesus
Manchester no etere bia na akatu ani dodo tenu ameti wona me se afidie ya medi kan ko yi rich free mu ya mo se su no ya o di ni tini ni hunam nyina ekohyemi timeti yo na wa kan so okay say registration na my part wa mawa mulusu a ube yuti rich me pe wasem minim se opekotoko se de me pekotoko ya etini de de bi enti me fifie ba no me hwe me cha me wo nyina no me kotoko de no ena me de aba untimi share show no so enne but ye poncho no ni a free tatam ni ko nyina no se onye too comfortable with Sakura na obetimi adjust a chain to uti size na odi akata so akofim se ebefu na watimi yinti me dia me baya me be presento me so me guest me timi dia ma woni yinti ucheni
wache so do me na nya akwa ba ku ya da bia opiepia me de me kwa asemi
na
Manchester United
big lesson ne say me sell football no enye de wo so de wakoma
odim say no I pon game no me kwatra me bed no so me ti odin am Charlie football enye bragging o football enye kasa o because and lessons are messiano and say football a moment o obi nya no moment no take ya no ya wie
na azara meka masem ye kitu bi minim se enche conference league final no so baso
obi na bo fia sa game so an shebo anya la so ha sa abrante no so an sheba on ka game no ho asemo ha
eno de ekoya befo so abesum wo fidie
ati
ene kwaya ni pakoro so befo so obeta fidie nim ene be kire enye by force se wo so shebo enti yetie fo ni arafo enura kamefo no credu course ni messages na ne ya na see se me fa me fo na me bie messages ni kire wa from Enkrai Cape Coast Boga tumu yenya Moses ewo tumu omu nyina send me message say udi wo so radio no so e mani me nyina rich ene omo sampa o kan say eni oma nkoya ubeye bibi say and what this so rich you see me was a very 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 small error and a game now my first one whether you can call it a football lesson or life lesson Ange Postecoglou obeso Tottenham team ni no throughout the Tottenham Hotspur career na awaye no also or certain principles be any philosophy be rich sa philosophy no ye chiemu time sa no person obobo philosophy be ya also ono de opposite the bia obo high line now all the pressure eto ball no so their games are since about Tottenham were the red card as already see that all retreat, he will still play the high line. Rich, Debiaya Kase, in finals, you don't go your usual self. You play to win the trophy, that's no, and not play say over some game, no. Enra, Ange Postecoglou, Ampa, and the Tottenham was team, you know. Rich, you could clearly see say they landed in Bilbao to win the game and not to play in the final. And see, the usual Tottenham was by a name and the Ange Postecoglou, no, and you know, say Kokoso or Kobo said Tottenham or no coach here. And you still see him playing a high line football. No? But Rich Enra, Tottenham was nowhere close to Ange Postecoglou's Tottenham. Omo with a lot of consciousness. Omo in deep blocks. Omo with a defensive awareness throughout the 90 minutes. And they knew, say, that was what was going to win them the game. And we here, so some of your partners. Now, Rich, and no can come idea. And me ya. Say, Mama Sadia told me 4 times from a single team. And maybe I will agree with you on Amorin. Rich, and Ras and Komoben and Ayedi. Me yedin komo say. Anytime be Tottenham must be Asia Man U. The template has been the same. Omudia is to win the first half. And once they know say they've won the first half, second half, no, this Manchester team, and you're so good to overturn the first half defeat. I'm okay to say, even the last time they beat you,
15 minutes.
15 minutes, and I just Madison say, and to reach unim. And I mean, she game na time near court time near court. Now first half no Ayala baby and I say Tottenham and she go. Now you finish whistle say ya pon first half. Now Tottenham and Lydia they can't win this trophy. Rich Manu and Sikra a cross from Sa then Johnson appeared from nowhere. Say a double tapo, say a tenacity. He makes sure someone never cross the line. Our nana intimate. 1-0 Tottenham was there. Rich, the moment I referee the ball, the rest of say 1 man half time. I Tottenham a lead, you know. Me, I knew they've won the trophy. Because in the second half, we shouldn't forget not our song were bench, or Matthias Tel were bench. And those 2 players are players are Rich. Now a bit silty almost second half game number so soak the pressure with Bentekesa Bissouma a back 4. Then hit Manchester United on the counter with pace. And they had Song more anytime to come in and do that particular job. And see, for me, again, we've learned biggest lesson in football. And it's in finals, you play to win it and you don't play it.
Sure.
And Enra Ange Postecoglou played the final like he wanted to win it. And he had to abandon himself, abandon the philosophy, the principles as a coach, and play the game like he wanted to take the trophy out. Now Otimi Eddie Echo. Rich, what that means, and I say, Enra, this quote was trending. Quote Bear. At the beginning of this season, and Ange Postecoglou can say, Obayano, Onyadie, and go for doubt, no. But the only say, second season, be our coach any team, or GBB, and on himself way, or GBB. Rich, I don't know whether in a pastoral mood, you will tell this story and say, sometimes I also cast some power.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes. Sometimes I also did GDA, I cast some power. Now I hear the man.
Yeah.
And Postecoglou knew, say, this was going to be a very difficult season. But Rich, he says, me baby, I'm a Kubia, Sadia, no woman, And whether I Tottenham or any club, in my second season, I have always won and I will win something. Rich, as a panel come on. And your pawn game no, Mohamed Salah went on X and listen or say he did say he would win in his second season. Coalitions. Now I love the way Salah actually or say, okay, I say words out of your mouth. And Salah made reference to what this man and Postecoglou said out of Nanum. That was very, very. Mr. Well, Facebook, I don't know. I'm gonna say inside the power and then the sorry. Rich, 17 years. 17 years. Rich. For a club like Tottenham, and the kind of investment they make. Rich, Onim said they have one of the best stadium. One of the most modern stadium. Look at the coaches Tottenham Diaba. Rich, Conte, Jose, Pochettino. Look at the quality of coaches. Reverse. Now, me some weeks ago, Rich, me say football ending the stories. Yeah, say na Harry Kane. Ebe jai Tottenham. Na wako baby no. Na odi champ waso. Mija Tottenham ko ya no. Makoju trophy wo baya no. Sayana. Tottenham will also win. The irony of this world. Now, Rich, we have to bring this back. We have to bring this picture back. Say, this year seems to have a wonderful feeling towards clubs like Omoji Trophy and as Omoji Bida, Omotinia Area Akodu Finance. First major trophy for Crystal Palace. 51 years na Bologna NJ Trophy or Coppa Italia. 91 years na Go Eagles NJ Trophy or Netherlands waje omo FA Cup no. 70 years for team FA in Newcastle and now 17 years for team FA in Tottenham Hotspur. Rich, this story is for Merman. Until we will wait for the Champions League and we will wait for the Conference League and also a Merman competition. But Harry Kane had to come and conquer Leeds first. Rich, Mami Musawe, any TFO. Harry Kane, between staying with Tottenham in the boyhood club to have won the Europa League and moving to Bayern to win the Bundesliga, and with the Ujini say, Sanka Osia Sofubi, and all said and come say, so what's not Tottenham 1 year kahwa? You win the Europa League with Tottenham. Oko Bayern, you win the Bundesliga with them. Which one? And then can you say go back to see?
Go back to Bayern, Dendi.
And go back to G League or Bayern.
No, me pass say.
No, I'm saying, say, Sanka, on your option in me, say, Oko Bayern, Ubeji Bundesliga.
Yeah.
So, what's not Tottenham? You win the Europa League with them. Uji say, Sanka, not on him, say, Sadia when I done anymore. Which of them will
have Tottenham?
Exactly.
Go back to Tottenham.
Exactly. Because
any bold cap.
What you say? Yes. It would have been the best dream and Kobenya. But Rich, just when Otunetona.
But sometimes life a BBO.
That is it.
You're to say Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe Tina Paris Saint-Germain ya kofa the crème de la crème. Abo Paris Saint-Germain on my TV. Ofu obo Real Madrid now.
They are in the finals of the Champions League view.
Champions League final.
And they are likely to win it.
Yeah.
And we will come back and send a Harry Kane as MCCA. Kylian Mbappe. Whether he will even have the courage to say congratulations to Paris Saint-Germain. I don't know. He went to me and determine or Rich. It was all joy for Tottenham. Look. I am an Egypt, Rich, to live and see these things happening. I know maybe it's here, Rich. Some years ago, Obika Chawanka Unyini, Say Tottenham major trophy. Obeka so Masasa for the day. Omo ya dapa for. Say Crystal Palace special Man City final. Aje omo first major trophy. Obeka say NC.
Me say Ayala and deceive me no. Because now me share sa factors ni na. Then your former near war in the Europa League. Unbeaten.
Be to me, Shem. Rich, I think that introduces the conversation of Amorim. Look, Etasumu, those who are saying, oh, cut him some slack in the first season. Team no crowd, they airball game, no, and then team. Yeah. About mid-season, he had to deal with the players no more, no, and he will come good. Say on one set me turn the players now or she the team. It makes sense. But Rich, say Obi ebe yadia. Normally in football, ayana science be. And I am not saying say ain't me see. Say I'm already by idea or Manchester United. Marriage. There are no signs of it.
Maybe to be honest.
There are no signs of it. Yenye nyankopon ye hu china. Enti ebia no kre. Say mo run etwa so tena Manchester United. In the coming years, probably he will be the savior of the club. Marriage. The fact of the matter, they say, me watching no, and now me jina hey, Rich. On trash for me to trust him with the Manchester projects. He has not.
I agree with you 100%.
He has not. Look, player be said Garnacho, Ahmad, Omobono. Under any coach, if they stay fit, they will play. And you be ubia. Mijitu Rasmus Ola no nyadie. Zegze is not Manchester United material. There are a lot of players who want Manchester United team anymore. Omo nche dey nyam Manchester United standard. Barrage, Amorim have not shown any signs say he will be the Messiah for Manchester United. And I know as otie na. Also ojini hu dey say adwuma na obetimi aye. Se board no agitum so mbema na kwa. Obeji adwuma na tum na waye na afamudie. Se board no so decide say the obeye no enye enough until mbema na kwa. He will accept it and leave. And we will leave it to Jim Wycliffe Money board no to take a decision on him. And me also say if we no we will hear the Manchester United fans on their opinion on the man, especially the legends. We say Roy Rooney money, Roy Kane money, Guy Neville. We will hear them about our perspective on what they think of T. Abantia, your friend Amorim or Robert Rich. For me, he has not shown sign. Let me sign off with this. Rich, as it stands now, say you can major European trophies won by English clubs. These are the numbers: Liverpool 9, Chelsea 6, Manchester